need to understand that it's not only a golden opportunity, but it is also going to bring the pressure. The proximity in time of Miss Universe and Miss Grand International comparisons are just inevitable. All right. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's your boy, Portelles, and today we're going to be talking about a very exciting topic that, if you're a pageant fan and you have been on social media for the past couple of days, I am pretty sure you are aware of, which is of course the host country for Miss Universe 2025. But I wanted to share with you guys my 2 cents about this topic because I think that it is both a blessing and also a challenge. So let me cut straight into it and let's have this conversation. So Miss Universe has officially announced that the 2025 edition will be held in Thailand. And if you ask me, boy, these are great news, as not only I will be way closer to Thailand, so I don't have to travel as much, but that's just me. But at the same time, Thailand has a lot of pros in terms of hosting an event or a pageant such as Miss Universe. So let's talk about this, but keep watching because I also have a couple of things that I would like to point out, a couple of cons, things that might make it challenging for Miss Universe, but this is not necessarily criticism, rather just a little bit of a heads up. Miss Universe team, if anyone from the team is watching this, I want you to be mindful of those things, right? Let's start with the positive. It is no secret for anyone that Thailand, it is a pageant-loving country. Thai people are pageant fans. They love and support not just international competitions, but also they really support their local beauty queens, and they really invest not only in the preparation, but also the quality of their production. Because of that, we know for a fact that this edition in Thailand is going to be exciting, that is going to be engaging, that we are going to create a lot of buzz, but also that we can get not just the fan engagement, but we can also attract perhaps interesting sponsors for the competition. We can have media coverage, and all of those things are really good news for Miss Universe, right? Especially considering that according to the data that was given to fans, the last edition in Mexico was one of the highest viewed, most talked about editions in a very long time for Miss Universe, if not of all time. Correct me if I'm wrong. The bottom line is that in Thailand, you can really feel the passion. And honestly, I think that this aspect alone will elevate the competition and the experience for the girls as well. Let's keep talking about the positive things of having Miss Universe in Thailand. And it is, of course, that there's already a proven track record of Miss Universe being held in Thailand, with one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic edition of Miss Universe being held just a couple of years ago in Thailand. Of course, I'm talking about Miss Universe 2018, where Catriona Gray was crowned as the reigning Miss Universe. Not only that was an incredible edition with beautiful women and a very deserving winner, but simultaneously the design, the production, the stage, the lighting, the videos, everything, you name it, was such a satisfying experience, and one of the main reasons why fans look back and they kind of feel nostalgic of times like those. And I'm pretty sure that I'm speaking on behalf of everyone that when we heard that Miss Universe was gonna be held in Thailand once again, we all thought, or at least we hoped, that Miss Universe will be able to replicate the magic of that 2018 edition. Is it gonna be a challenge? Yes, by all means, but we'll talk about that later. I have 2 more positive aspects to highlight. The next one being the fact that in Thailand, possibilities are endless. Talk about a country that can offer a rich culture, beautiful landscapes, delicious foods. Listen, the truth is that Thailand can offer so much to Miss Universe. And once again, this means that there are endless and exciting possibilities for the pre-pageant activities, the photo shoots, the tourism campaigns. If they really tackle this opportunity the right way and the team is really on it, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't have one of the best editions of Miss Universe, especially if you think about what happened in Mexico last year when the girls were in a country that was so rich and so diverse and there's so many things to explore, but they barely got to do it. I hope that Miss Universe can really correct that and give us the best edition here in Thailand, as this is a country that has just as much to offer in terms of just all of the things that I mentioned earlier. Now, to close the positive aspects right before we get into the challenges, I just want to remind everyone and highlight Anja Kratutatip is from Thailand, and of course the JKN company, which owns 50% of Miss Universe, is also also based in Thailand. Because of this, we can only hope that they have the connections and the right people on their side, the proper team and staff to pull a very glossy and exciting edition of Miss Universe. I know for a fact that an event of this magnitude, it is never easy, but at least if you have the right connections, the logistics can be a little bit easier, and hopefully the resources to create something are already allocated where they should be. Listen, Miss Universe team and Raul, everyone involved, if there is a year to pull it off and go all out, it is 2025. Trust me on that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because although having Miss Universe in Thailand is amazing, I am all in for it, there are also a couple of challenges that the Miss Universe team and owners will need to keep in mind. The first thing being that the pressure is on. When I tell you that the expectation for Miss Universe in 2025 in Thailand is simply sky high, we all know that for the past couple of years, the Miss Universe production can be hit or miss. It depends on where they hold it. In my very humble opinion, one of the best productions that we recently had at Miss Universe was in El Salvador, where I got the opportunity to be present. And honestly, that was my first experience going to Miss Universe live. So I feel like the bar is so high in terms of what I expected. Another recent great edition was, of course, in 2018 in Thailand. And that's why the fans are so excited about Miss Universe going back. But we also had in recent history some misses in terms of production. For example, I can think of the edition in New Orleans where the production was, and the experience wasn't so great for the contestants other than a couple of visits outside of the hotel. And this past edition in Mexico, as I mentioned earlier, although it's such a rich country that can offer so much, the girls barely got to leave the hotel. Now, there are 1001 theories about why this happened and the reason why the girls didn't go to experience Mexico as a country. But bottom line is that regardless of the circumstances, the fans don't really care so much about that. The fans just care about the experience, and that's all they want to hear about. So the Miss Universe team, owners, and company need to understand that having this next edition in Thailand is not only a golden opportunity, but it is also going to bring the pressure. They need to get it right, and there is no room for error. I feel like we are being overly positive in expecting that everything will be perfect and go right just because the pageant is being held in Thailand, and to a certain extent, I think that's the right mindset to have. But also, we cannot forget not every pageant-loving country can deliver, right? And I feel like, as I mentioned earlier, we had the perfect example with Mexico. Mexico is a pretty strong pageant country in Latin America. The fans do support, the fans do show out for the girls. However, we had one of the most underwhelming editions of all time in Mexico. And I don't think we can blame the people or the fans for it, because people still bought tickets for the show. The final show was pretty much sold out, but you could tell that there were some real challenges in terms of the logistics, the staff, who was in control, and all of those different aspects. Those are things that we need to get just right for 2025. I read a couple of comments saying that everything will be fine because Anne is from Thailand and she has JKN in Thailand, and of course she is also considered to be a millionaire. But at the same time, I mean, those are all true things, but also let's not forget that Raul is from Mexico and he is also a millionaire and he has his legacy company in Mexico as well, and that didn't guarantee a flawless edition for Miss Universe in Mexico. So we cannot just take for granted that because this is where I'm from and this is where I have the most power and the most influence and the most money, that things are just gonna be seamless simply because you're from there. Things need to be streamlined, double-checked, and make sure that you have the right amount of people working on the team to make sure that the experience is great. Again, not just for the girls. This is not just about the pageant itself or not just for the production, but for the fans. The fans are the ones keeping the competition alive. So you need to make sure that you are giving the fans what they want. Moving on to the next challenge that I wanted to highlight about having Miss Universe in Thailand, and that is that yes, Thailand is a pageant-loving country. Yes, pageant fans in Thailand go all the way out for the girls and the competitions, but also because this is such a strong pageant country, the competition is also insane. And I think that we are all aware about Miss Grand International also being held in Thailand only a couple of months before Miss Universe or after, or even knowing now what, he might pull it off and have it almost at the same time. Just for competition purposes. And just like I'm talking about Miss Grand International, I could be talking about many other competitions that usually use Thailand as a host country for their international or even local pageants. In other words, having Miss Universe in Thailand this year, it could be a double-edged sword in the sense that yes, you get a pageant-loving country, but also you get fierce competition that is going to make sure that they go all out to show that their international pageant is just as reputable, as entertaining, if not even more than Miss Universe. And because of the proximity in time of Miss Universe and Miss Grand International, I feel like the comparisons are just inevitable. The fans, the media, and everyone else will simply compare Miss Universe to Miss Grand this year. Knowing Nawat and the type of businessman that he is, he will not miss this opportunity to showcase what Miss Grand International is capable of. And we all know that they are capable of a lot, especially considering last year when Miss Universe delivered one of the most disappointing editions of all time, and Miss Grand International, pretty much it was a consensus. Everyone was on the same page that they delivered the most exciting competition of the year and perhaps one of the best productions for Miss Grand International of all time. So the Miss Universe team, staff, owners, and everyone needs to make sure that the contrast between the two competitions will be obvious, will be observated, and people are taking notes. So if they want to avoid comparisons, they need to make sure that the production that they bring is the best of the best and that they will leave no room for questioning the relevance and the impact of a competition such as Miss Universe. Now, what will 110% use this opportunity to show to the world that MGI is the superior pageant? So I think it's time for Miss Universe to think a little bit outside of the box, get out of the comfort zone, and give us something that they have never done. Go above and beyond. And honestly, don't get me wrong, as a pageant fan, I still believe that Miss Universe is ahead, but we need to really focus on getting things right and on the right path and being laser focused on our vision and where we want to go, what we want to accomplish with the competition, rather than every single year trying to stick to a formula that honestly, it's a little bit outdated. Anyways, just to wrap it up, overall, I think that is so exciting, so amazing. I am so looking forward to visit Thailand and experience Miss Universe this 2025. I'm very happy to see it go back to Asia, as this will be my very first Miss Universe pageant in person in Asia, and more precisely in Thailand, which is a country that I loved and that I have enjoyed so much the time that I was there. But let us remember that this is kind of a make or break moment, and I say this with all my love and hoping that Miss Universe can hopefully pull off their best edition yet, the best of all time, the best of visibility, the best of ranking, and all of those things. It is okay to make mistakes, such as what happened last year in Mexico, but for as long as we are taking notes and learning from those mistakes, everything should be okay. You let me know down below, what do you think about Miss Universe being held in Thailand? Are you excited? Are you gonna watch? Are you going to attend? What's the vibes, babes? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the join button to become a channel member as well. Alright guys, I will see you soon with more updates. Until then, stay safe and be kind to one another. Bye now.